It's better to earn 1% per year than to lose 20% per year. And bear markets lead to big losses. One thing about interest rates, in inflation, they will eventually go high enough to offset the effects of inflation. I have never known the IMF to be right about anything. I don't even bother. I mean, the best thing we could all do is abolish the IMF. We're not, because there are too many people who make money off the IMF. They've never been right about anything. That would be a way towards solving some of our problems. We abolish the IMF, the World Bank. Well, we'd be on the way. We spend on the World Bank and the IMF every year huge amounts of money. All those guys that are bureaucrats at work, they love working for the IMF. They get tax-free pensions, they get high salaries, they get all sorts of perks. They think it is heaven. Well, you know who's paying for it?
Yeah.
Us. You should go back and read some of the IMF's annual report, some of the things they have said, and you would be stunned at how many times they said, Southeast Asia is great. And then the next year there's a gigantic crisis in Southeast Asia. I could go on and on. I wish I had bought Bitcoin at $1 or $5. Michelle, I wish I'd bought IBM in 1914. I wish I'd done a lot of things. I wish I'd bought Amazon at $1. No, all I said was I wish. There's no level at which I would buy those cryptocurrencies unless something dramatic changes. No, I guess if suddenly the EU used Bitcoin as its national global currency, then you would have to. And it's no longer cryptocurrency. It's a computer currency backed by government. Bitcoin is wonderful for people who buy it and sell it and trade it. I know people who are having fun trading it. Nothing wrong with that. But if it ever becomes successful as currency, which they say it will, no government's going to allow that. No government wants to lose its control. They all love their monopoly. They're not going to give up their monopoly. I wish they would, but they aren't. This is not the worst bear market in my life. This is nothing. This is nothing. Oh my gosh. I have seen some astonishing bear markets, not just in the US, all over the world. You know what the debt has happened? I mean, the US has increased its debt by several times since 2009. Japan, oh my God, they can't even count the debt in Japan. Many countries in the world. The debt just goes higher and higher and higher. 2008 was because of too much debt. It's much worse now. They don't know how to fix it. The only thing, Michelle, in 1980, interest rates on treasury bills, US treasury bills, were over 20%. That's not a typo. 20%. It cured inflation. It solved the problem finally. No, because we've made so many mistakes this time around. Interest rates will have to go very, very high. We will have a serious recession. Many people will go bankrupt. We're going to have a lot of problems. There's no other way to solve the problem. We have a choice. We either raise interest rates a lot and have a lot of pain, or we let people continue to print money and have horrible, horrible inflation and cause even more pain. There's not many choices. I am all for cutting taxes. It's always better for any country, any economy. The fewer taxes, the better. If we cut taxes, we're going to have big push into the economy. But while these guys are printing money, it's just going to make inflation worse. I don't know how we solve the problem of too much inflation without pain. Investors should only invest in what they themselves know a lot about. They shouldn't listen to hot tips on TV, even on Kitco News. That's a terrible way to invest. Stay with what you know. I can tell you some of the things I'm doing. When you have inflation, if you own the things that go up in price, you make money. I mean, agricultural goods are going to go higher before this is over. Energy will go higher before it's over. Everything will go higher before it's over. Real goods. If you own those kind of things, you will do well. If you know how to sell short, then you can sell short many things, many stocks, not just in America, all over the world, and make a lot of money. If you don't know how to do either of those, put your money in the bank and wait. What I have said is, we're going to have more bear markets. We've always had bear markets. Now, in Washington, they say, no, we're not. Everything is okay now. No more bear market. If you believe them, don't listen to me. But I know more bear markets are coming. And what I have said is the next one is going to be the worst in my lifetime. 2008, we had a problem of too much debt. Michelle, since 2008, the debt, oh my God, look out the window. The debt is skyrocketing everywhere. So the next bear market has to be horrible. Before this bear market is over, of course, many stocks are going to go down 70, 80, 90%. That's the way bear markets work. No, of course that's going to happen. I just don't know when it is. It's been 13 years since we've had big problems. And that's the longest in American history. Could go for 30 years. Who knows? Who knows? But it's already overdue on a historic basis. And it's very, very expensive. And it always goes down a lot when it goes down. We have very high valuations. We have staggering debt. We have a lot of new investors coming in. Michelle, it's not my first rodeo. I've seen this movie. I know how it works. They're all going to lose a lot of money. I hope I'm not one of them. My outlook is that if we have peace, there's a lot of pessimism around right now, huge amounts of pessimism. Whenever there's a lot of pessimism, it often leads to a rally. If something happens in Ukraine, there'll be a big rally. Oil will go down, grains will go down, stocks and everything will go up for a while. I don't know what will cause the rally, but we're probably going to have a big rally. That rally is, I hope I'm smart enough to sell that rally, because that's probably the last big rally. It could be a very big rally, but that's probably the last time. The obvious for me would be if something happens in Ukraine. I have no idea. I don't have any inside information, but if something happens, that would cause a big rally. Nothing goes straight up or straight down. Things go up like this. There are always corrections along the way. And maybe there's something else going on, but in my experience, corrections are normal and common. They happen all the time. My plan is, if there's peace in Ukraine, agriculture is going to go down. All grain prices are going to go down for a while, and that's the time to buy. But if there were peace, we might make new highs, but still that would not negate the bear market. I would suspect that there will be some positive development in Ukraine in the next few weeks, yes, if not before. That would trigger a big drop in grains, a big drop in oil, which would cause a big relief rally in stocks, because everybody would say inflation's okay now, no more problems, hooray. Buy stocks, buy bonds. Big drop in grains, a big drop in oil, which would cause a big relief rally in stocks, because everybody would say inflation's okay now, no more problems, hooray. Buy stocks, buy bonds. But still, that would not negate the bear market. I would suspect that there will be some positive development in Ukraine in the next few weeks, yes, if not before. That would trigger a